Oh, hi.
Hi,
What's your name?
my name is Anushree.
Nice to meet you.
Same here.
So we're here in Bangalore in India.
Yeah.
So what's it like being vegan in India?
For me, it's actually very easy. I come from a family which is a meat eater family. We are a Goan, so most of the food includes seafood and meat. But if you negate that, all our food is vegan. So it's very easy for me to be vegan. And in India, most of the restaurants you get like idli, sambar, and vadas and masala dosa. So it's very easy to be vegan in India. I feel compared to what I've heard, I have heard some people from Sweden. It was very difficult for he's a vegan. He was vegan for 5 years, and he turned out to be a non-vegan because the food was unavailable, which is vegan. So I feel India is very easy to be vegan here.
Do you think having a strong vegan business is a good way to promote veganism?
Yes, why I feel this way is because it's a consumer-driven market, and everyone, it goes both ways. It's also a manufacturer-driven market at the same time consumer-driven market. But the whole thing goes is like what is available has been consumed. They don't care if it's healthy or not healthy. Like Coke doesn't give you any kind of nutrition to you, but why do people consume Coke? It's the whole thing about business. You can make anything. You can make any kind of a fraud into a big money-making thing through business if you market it properly. So when a Coke can sell something like that, which doesn't give any nutrition, and make it big, I can sell something healthier and make it big. Not for my personal reasons. I want to have my own farm sanctuary also. It's not like I don't want money. I do want money. Everyone wants money, but not in a way where I'm capitalistic and I'm concerned only about my profits. No, not that way. But I want to spread veganism through the business, so it is easy accessible to everyone, and nobody will complain that we can't be a vegan because this is not available. Because India is a market where you'll find lot of dairy industry, and most of them are taste driven. Like the food what you get in India is very, very tasty. And I've seen many meat eaters, I've seen many non-vegans who would love food just because it's tasty. So if I could replace that in terms of business, I'm so sure people would be ready to buy it, then say that I can't be a vegan because I can't get this. So I don't want people to give reasons of these these kind of things. So I wanted to make it available to people, so it'll be very easy and affordable for people to be vegan.
Have you done other forms of activism?
Yes, I have done a lot of activism. I think last year we were holding banners, and we used to hold advocacy stalls in colleges where we talk about veganism and animal rights. And we also there was Environmental Day, so we had put up a stall there, spoke about veganism to kids. We went to government school where we spoke to kids about animal rights and veganism. I also found out many things by this, that even if the kids get to know about veganism or compassion or animal rights, they cannot follow it because of your upbringing by your parents. So that's why from here on, me with my new partner, we're gonna focus more on apartments and families, because if you convert the family to convince them to be vegan and use the healthier option, they would teach the kids the same thing. And I'm also working parallelly on coming up with a curriculum in international schools where compassion becomes a subject, where they're taught animal welfare and animal rights in the textbooks. So this way, and also by promoting healthy vegan food in canteens of schools. So these are different ways I'm thinking, but it has to be implemented. It's going to take some time. Yeah, and in terms of activism, I also easily converted many of my non-vegan friends vegan, and actually it started off because I started this peanut curd. So people are very curious, what is this peanut curd and peanut butter milk, and that's when it was easy for me to turn them vegan. So I just told them that it doesn't have cholesterol, it doesn't have animal fat, animal protein. So that's when people resonated with it and turned vegan.
Do you think people are more interested in the health side rather than the animal ethics side of veganism?
Yes, by doing activism is when I found out that people don't give a shit about animals. People don't give shit about people themselves. Like, you can see a lot of terrorism happening, a lot of fights. We are not compassionate with our own species. So requesting them to be compassionate towards something like an animal which they eat is difficult. So, but we are selfish, humans are very selfish. So we tell them that, this is wrong for your health. They would probably stop it. And if you give them alternative, they probably take it. So you can never say 100% this is going to work out. But we can try all our ways. Like even environmentalists, we can tell them that veganism, like showing conspiracy and saying that veganism takes up like less carbon footprint, so they may turn vegan immediately. So these are different ways, we can try. You really cannot say definitely that this is gonna turn someone vegan. You just have to try different reasons. So when I talk to people about veganism, I cover the ethical aspect of it, I cover the health aspect of it, I cover the environment aspect of it. And that's when I say that, these are the different ways you can contribute being a vegan. So I just don't concentrate on just saying ethical or just health based. I give all these reasons and let them choose. And one cannot, what I also learned is you cannot force someone to be vegan. How many of facts you throw on them? Like my own brother, he's non-vegan, and no matter I give him environmental aspect, ethical aspect, health aspect, he doesn't give a shit. So ultimately, at the end of the day, it's a personal choice. But I don't really say it's a personal choice when another animal is involved.
Yeah.
But I try my best to convince them vegan. Like my family is all are non-vegans, but my mom's a vegetarian. So that's just something.
Yeah. When you mentioned that, there's lots of issues in the world, like humans and animals.
Yeah.
So, like, how can we, work towards creating a better world for everyone?
I feel compassion is something which has to be learned to the love and compassion which has to be given a lot. And it's a give and take policy, and people should learn more to respect others' life and love and compassion. And that may change. I also feel, when one turns a vegan, it's a very easy process to be compassionate towards humans. Like me, example, it's not like I wasn't compassionate to people or something, but once I turned to vegan, the word compassion it became very different to me. It became very personal. I could feel everything, like I could be very, very empathetic to every animals, and that's why it gives me the passion to be a vegan and an activist, because that passion I carry and I transfer it to people whom I talk to. It becomes very easy for them to relate to. So a world needs a lot of compassion, and world needs a lot of love, and that can start by showing it to animals and then your own species, and that can grow bigger.
What did your friends and family think when you went vegan?
It started off with putting a lot of posts on Facebook, and everyone were like, what happened to you? You were a non-vegetarian. And my family were opposing it because we are meat eaters. We eat like thrice meat in a week, and fish is like very normal to us. We use like dry fish in most of food. So my mom was she was furious, and she's like, why are you caring about others so much? Just care about your health. And they were coming back to health and religion, because my grandparents are taught to drink milk because of the religion, that Hindus must have milk. So we always had arguments back and forth, and in every gatherings they used to bring non-veg food. I was feeling very uncomfortable because we had any birthday parties or anything, we ended up getting a lot of chicken and fish in the food, and I was very uncomfortable. I used to just lock the door and just eat inside my room because I didn't want to talk to my parents, because they didn't listen to me, and everyone's just eating meat, and it feels so hurt, and like I'm seeing people eating but I can't do anything. And there was this time I was very frustrated with my family. I was not talking to them, and we had like this clash all the time. They were like, why are you arguing so much? Just like eat, just leave us alone. But I didn't want to leave them alone, and I want them to understand compassion just the way how I understood. But over the years I learned, not over the years, over the months I understood that you cannot convince them to turn. It has to come from their side. So when they see me resisting meat so much, because they've seen me from childhood, I used to love meat. So when they see me being this person, they're like, that takes a lot of perseverance and determination to be that dedicated towards being not eating meat at all. So my mom turned vegetarian, and yeah, that supported me a lot, because it's just me who is eating a lot of meat in my house, so we don't get a lot of chicken or fish nowadays to home. So after that, vegan is reduced, but in terms of argument, they're still at least they're like, it's okay, we understand being a vegetarian, but not vegan. Come on, you have to drink milk, you need calcium. And if I fall sick, they're like, it's because of this, because you're not consuming milk, you're falling sick. So it's always been there, and it takes a long time for them to understand. And I'm not trying anything right now. I just made peace with them, I'm just gonna do this thing, you just follow your own thing. I'm not gonna interfere in yours, you don't interfere in mine. So we have found a peace between. It's initial stages when you're vegan, you're just tied everyone to be vegan. But now we're just like, it's your choice. I'm gonna give you facts, I'm gonna give you this, but it's end of the day, it's your choice. So that's how it is right now. It's pretty peaceful. But in terms of my friends, I've been mocked a lot. Oh my god, I've been mocked every gatherings and every birthday parties, and because all the cakes are like not vegan, so they're like, oh, you can't eat this cake. Oh yeah, because you're a vegan. And they're like, they eat ice cream. I'm like, oh, that's so delicious. Oh my god, you're missing a lot. And I'm like, it's okay, you can finish it. So this is like very common, because I cannot just gather along with vegans itself, because I am in a place where my job, my work gets me to meet a lot of meat eaters, and we end up having dinner, lunch together. So I cannot help but be the only vegan in the table and being made fun of. So initially it was very frustrating for me also, because I used to go home and cry sometimes. I'm like, nobody understands me, not my friends or my family, nobody understands me. I was crying. But now when they mock me, they mock them back. I just like, they offered me egg. I'm like, I don't want to have hens, period. So I tell things like these where we end up arguing a lot. But sometimes I just keep quiet, because it takes a person's initiative to listen to it. If you're not interested, listen to why I'm vegan. I don't want to waste my time. You're just mocking me. They're like, oh, why are you eating animals' food if you're a vegetarian? If you love animals, why are you eating the animals' food? And all these things come up. Very stupid arguments just to mock you. So I don't get into all these things right now. But yeah, whenever that is necessary, I would definitely tell them about the facts behind it, the health aspect, the environment aspect behind it. But at the same time, I have effectively converted many people to consider veganism as an option. They have tried going vegan for a month, they tried being a vegetarian for like 2-3 weeks. So it's like a first step. Even though they're not completely vegan, it's like they're taking first steps, and I appreciate that. I'm very thankful to some of my friends who put up Facebook comments saying that thankful to you, I'm a vegetarian right now, and thankful to you, I'm seeing a different side of myself. So that drives me more to put up more posts on veganism and do a lot of activism and talking about veganism to my friends.
That's
so
good.
Yeah. Even my family, actually, my relatives, they're not able to connect to me at all. They're like, what are you talking? Milk is very important, But when I tell them all these facts about how dairy industry functions, they agree to me, and they're like, wow, I think we will try doing something. But it's just that encouraging words drives me further to talk more. And sometimes even though they put me down, it still makes me drive more, because that shows that people are not aware of it. So it drives me more to be more passionate about it and talk about it more louder, and to more people, reach out to more people, as many people as possible. That's why business is one of the reasons, because business, you can reach out to many people in terms of giving a commodity which is cruelty free, which is plant based, which is healthy, which is animal friendly and environment friendly. So yeah.
What were the changes you experienced once you went vegan?
The major concern I noticed in my body is my allergies. From young age, I had dust allergies, and I used to sneeze a lot. And I used to basically cover my nose all the time when I walk. Bangalore is very polluted, and especially in traffic. So I used to always cover my face, my nose, so that I don't get dust, and I keep sneezing all the time. I tried homeopathic, Ayurvedic, English medicines, everything possible, nothing worked. There is no cure for dust allergy, only prevention is the cure. You just prevent the dust from going from your nose, that's the only thing. So I just gave up the whole hope of me curing the allergies, But once I turned vegan, I didn't know. I was like, I just turned vegan for this, for animals, for ethical reasons. But health is like a added benefit to me. And once I turned vegan, I just noticed I stopped sneezing. You know, I naturally feel healthier and lighter because I think milk used to bloat me. And I used to feel my stomach is really big, and that also reduced. And in terms of sneeze, actually it helped me a lot because I was so allergic to dust, and I always covered my nose, imagine. And now I feel so free because I'm not able to, I don't want to cover my nose anymore. I think then I did some study. It seems that milk triggers allergens in your body, and it activates your allergies. If you have allergy, it triggers more. So it reduced completely. I used to fall sick very often. I think if I go back to my school days and college days, I have taken a lot of offs because I've fallen sick. I got like fungus infection. I lost my eyebrows, one eyebrow, because of fungus infection. I think it's mostly because of eating meat, and digestion was not completely good. My metabolism was very bad, I guess. So after I turned vegan, I saw all these changes. I feel really healthy right now. I don't fall sick at all. I think recently I felt sick with the cold and throat infection because of water change. In fact, I don't fall sick at all, and my metabolism is good, and also my thinking. You know, I've become like really emotional and very, very compassionate towards every creatures and towards everything basically. And I've become very kinder to what I was earlier. I think it's a change of eating because it is what you become, and that's what I feel the change. So I'm actually very happy, and I'm also like a very spiritual person. So doing meditation and yoga and turning vegetarian has reached that increased that pace of spirituality is what I feel. These are different places I feel what I've changed after I turned vegan.
Why did you become vegan?
Oh well, I was a hardcore meat eater all my life. I used to love chicken, butter chicken, and I used to love fish. I used to love prawns and lobsters. So there was this time in 2014 January, I came across this video of a leopard being caught in Tamil Nadu, and this was the leopard was seen in a village. So these villagers caught the leopard, put him in a cage, and poured kerosene on him and burnt him alive. And I love the cat family. I always loved animals. And when he was running around in the cage with the fire on his back, I couldn't I was so empathetic that I started crying like really loud. And I just started crying. I'm like, how can we humans be so selfish and burn an innocent animal? And he was just screaming inside the cage. And when I saw that, I'm like, I love animals so much, and why am I eating them? I just made that connection that day. I mean, before that, many people tried to turn me vegetarian, but I never turned vegetarian. I was like, what are we eating? That's not food. This is real food. I was a bully non-vegetarian. Yeah. And when I saw that video, I just thought that it doesn't make sense for me to be a non-vegetarian anymore. I said, like, if I love animals, all animals are equal for me, and it doesn't make sense for me to eat animals and turn vegetarian in the month of January 2014. And then the month of May, I met a person who spoke to me about veganism, and I gave a thought to it. I'm like, oh my god, it's so difficult for me to be a vegetarian, and I will take one step further. I'm like, let me just be 100% of what I'm doing. So I'm a person who gives 100% of what I do. So I'm like, if I can be a vegetarian, I can be a vegan too. So then I went through the dairy industry videos and how it's affect your health and environment and everything, and I was convinced enough. I convinced myself to be a vegan.
Do you have any tips for people that want to go vegan?
Yes, I would say yes, it is very hard. I understand. I've been there. I was a hardcore meat eater, but taste is not the end. Think about the victims for a while. Then just be a little bit empathetic. I know you're compassionate, you're kind as a human being, but just try to expand your compassion towards your animals also. And the time you get the feeling of eating meat or trying ice cream, which is like dairy, just think about why you turn vegan. Just think about the victims all the time, and it will be very easy. Initially it was very difficult for me to be a vegan, to be a vegetarian first and then be a vegan. because I used to love curd, I love yogurt, I love curd rice. But then I always thought about the cows. So it was very easy for me to be vegan. So think about the vegans and think about the victims. And now it's much easier. Now it's not even an effort. Now even if someone's eating meat, I don't feel tempted at all. So think about the victims and think about your health. And that will keep you driven enough to be a vegan for a long time. And please be healthy, so that it'll not be a case where you become unhealthy and then you say it's because of veganism and then come back to eating meat. No, please be a healthy vegan, because you're very important. Vegans are very, very important.
Yeah. We need you alive.
Yeah, you're alive and healthy.
Okay, so thank you.
Thank you.
That was fun.